Hello everyone, welcome to BhadraIASAcademy. Today we are going to discuss an important topic for the mains exam answer writing point of view. I am going to discuss about the GST reforms and how in mains answer writing, this mains exam, this question can be asked from GS3 paper point of view. So now we are going to have a look at that one. This topic therefore basically focuses on APSC mains upcoming 2025, and the topic will be the 7 pillars of GST reforms. So what are the 7 pillars? What is the reforms taking place in GST? So this topic will be basically for your GS paper 3. So if you look at the expected question from GST reforms in India, what kind of question can we expect? Number one, we can think like this: what is the rationale for the GST reforms in India? This is a sub question. उसी में और एक क्वेश्चन हम डाल सकते हैं, review the 7 pillars of GST reforms 2025, and one possible topic उसी में ऐड हो सकता है 15 मार्क के लिए, examine its impact on government revenue. मतलब ये एक 15 मार्क का क्वेश्चन, 250 वर्ड्स का क्वेश्चन एपीएससी मेंस में करंट अफेयर में आ सकता है. तो इस टॉपिक का आंसर कैसा लिखना है, हाउ डू वी राइट द आंसर फॉर दिस? सो नाउ फर्स्ट वी हैव टू स्टार्ट विद द इंट्रोडक्शन टू द टॉपिक. तो इसमें मैंने आपको सिर्फ सिंपल आइडिया दिया है, इंट्रोड्यूस द बेसिक आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट इज जीएसटी. मतलब ये जीएसटी क्या है उसका बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करो, इसमें ज्यादा टेक्निकल इसमें मत जाओ. So the goods and services tax introduced from 1st July, it is the first main indirect tax ka reform. Then you can talk how it has made the GST a very simple kind of a tax, like it's a unified system, create a one single market in India, right? So this is your introduction to the question about the what is GST. Now we go to the body. In the body we deal now with the first part of the question. क्वेश्चन का पहला पार्ट क्या है? व्हाट इज द रैशनल फॉर द जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स, दैट मींस द लेटेस्ट वन 2025. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट हियर, द यूनियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर सीतारमन हैड अप्रूव्ड दिस जनरेशन नेक्स्ट का जीएसटी रिफॉर्म. व्हाट इज दिस फोकस ऑन? नंबर 1, it focuses on improving the lives of the common man. It ensures ease of doing business for everybody, right? It wants to have a comprehensive reform package that includes trade, what we can say, the all the rat, what we can say, like earlier we had a 4 slab, right? Now we don't have a 4 slab, we have only 2 slab. This is called the rate ka rationalization. So we have only now 5% and 18% in the new system. So idea is also to make the GST a simple, a fair and also growth oriented indirect tax system. It will also strengthen India ka long term growth. Now if you see, these are what we can say the rationale for the GST reforms in India. तो ये क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में एक छोटा सब क्वेश्चन बनकर आ सकता है. एग्जामिन द रैशनल फॉर द जीएसटी रिफॉर्म. क्लियर? Now this reform was actually announced by the Prime Minister during the Independence Day speech, so that now government has come out with a reform in the GST. The second part of the question, review the 7 pillars of GST reforms. Okay, what are the 7 pillars of the GST reform? Pillar number 1, building on the success of original GST which started in 2017, that is one nation one tax, expanding the taxpayer ka base, that means more and more people brought into tax, and now we are going to follow 2-tier system, that is 5% and 18%. Pillar number 2, rationalizing rates for fairer taxation. That means what? You will have a very clear cut taxation. Things which are used by poor people will be 5% tax. Okay, things which are little expensive will go into higher taxes. So there will be a fair tax. and also faster processing of refund in case of needed. Pillar number 3, simplifying the filing of tax returns through the use of technology. So easy registration for a small and low risk business, 90% upfront provisional refunds for exporter, and also they will use the digital compliance with the e-invoicing, and also artificial intelligence will be used, so AI driven risk detection. So these are part of pillar number 3. Exam mein you can write at least a few points if this question comes. Number 4, pillar 4, putting the consumer first. Therefore government ने क्या बोला, जो गुड्स कंज्यूमर ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, आम आदमी गरीब लोग यूज करते हैं, उसका टैक्स रेट बहुत कम होगा. So the essential goods will be between 0 and 5% only, not more than that. So it is called a fair taxation. Then high value items like cars also, they have come down from 28% to 18%, you know. So in a way that is the good idea. Pillar number 5, empowering MSMEs and manufacturer. How? By giving simpler rates to support the MSME, make in India. So many of the electronic goods, many goods have been reduced rate. It will create a demand so that MSME will get more and more demand. Their growth will take place. That's the argument given by government. Pillar number 6, stronger states, stronger Bharat. Now the sustainable revenue growth state को मिलेगा, मतलब अभी रेट कम हो गया तो डिमांड बढ़ेगा, सेल ट्रांजैक्शन ज्यादा होगा, मतलब स्टेट को रेवेन्यू भी ज्यादा मिलेगा. दैट इज द गवर्नमेंट्स का one of the rational argument for the reform of GST. So okay, so it will increase the demand for the goods and the demand will create transaction and then states will get more income. Pillar number 7, lower taxes actually mean higher spending. How? Families will buy more, as I told you, demand will increase, so industry also will grow. That means what? People will be able to spend money, so that people also will benefit, government also will benefit, industry will also benefit, and the GDP will grow. That is the 7th pillar. What is the idea of government, right? All these things, information is given by Ministry of Finance. So the same things I have shared with you. Exam में ये topic आ सकता है. What are the 7 pillars of the economic reforms, the GST reforms announced in 2025? Now the third part of our question, the body is examine its impact on government revenue. मतलब government revenue के ऊपर इसका impact क्या हो सकता है? So if you see, it is like tax base has increased. Earlier there were 66.5 lakh people, now it has gone double, 1.51 crore. That means what? Lot of people are coming under the tax base and lot of sectors are also coming under the tax base. That means what? Government ka revenue will increase. So if you look at the second point, record revenue growth, what does it say? In 2024-25, government collected 22 lakh crore in GST collection, which was a doubling, which was earlier 4 years ago. So if you look at the last point here, in 2017-18, we had 82,000 crore, you know, like money collected, but now government collects monthly about 2 lakh crore. You know, so this is a monthly average, which was earlier 82,000 crore. Now it has been gone to 2 lakh crore. So from revenue point of view, yes, there could be a little loss because of the changes, but government will hope to recover the loss in the coming years. So there won't be a issue for the government revenue, because revenue will increase more as the demand increases, production increases, people will pay taxes, the quantity of transaction will be more, which will create more revenue for government. So you don't say that government will go into a huge loss in future. No, that may not happen, but currently they said there could be a little loss for the government. There is temporary loss can be there. So what is the conclusion to write here? The conclusion would be by focusing on affordability for citizen, competitiveness for MSME, etc. These reforms will actually promote economic growth. Now this will be effective from 22nd September. It is not yet implemented, but this will create what we can say a simpler, a fairer, a growth oriented GST taxation system जिसमें पूरा देश का बेनिफिट होगा. नाउ एग्जाम में कंक्लूजन देयरफॉर यू राइट इट शॉर्ट टू 2 पॉइंट्स. क्लियर? सो दिस क्वेश्चन आपको मेंस का एग्जाम में GS3 पेपर में आ सकता है. व्हाट इज द रैशनल फॉर GST? व्हाट इज इट्स implication for government revenue? And what are the 7 pillars of the GST reform 2025? So go through this topic, study well. I will put this PPT also for your reference so that you can download and prepare and study for your exam. Okay, so we will come out with more and more videos, but if you have any query you can contact at this number 8638391721. Thank you, and we will give you more and more videos which you can use for your mains preparation. We'll see you in the next video.